What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the hollow and the arc position and how that relates to a lot of the movements we do in CrossFit. Specifically today we'll be going into the kip. We're not going to be doing a kipping pull-up, but we are going to be showing you kind of the basics of the kip because we use this a lot in movements like toes to bar, pull-ups, muscle-ups, all kinds of good stuff. So if you don't have your foundation correct, you're not going to understand and be able to progress in the movement. So to start this off, I'm going to go onto the floor and I'm going to show y'all how to get into the hollow position. So I'm going to start with my feet up in the air and I want my low back to be tacked down to the ground. So I don't want my back to come off the ground at all. So if at any point it gets arched and you can place your hand under here and feel air, then you need to come back to this position and create no light between the back and the floor. So I'm also pulling my shoulder blades up off the ground. So from this point, I'm gonna lower my legs down as far as I can go with keeping my back on the floor. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and put my arms overhead. All right, so this right here is the hollow position. Everything's really tight. My shoulder blades are off the floor, and so are my feet. That position looks somewhat like a banana. That's the position we want for the hollow position. Now I'm gonna flip over and show you the arc, which we also call the Superman. So this is just pretty much the opposite. I'm gonna pull my quads off the ground in my hands. And I'm stretching up as much as I can, and I'm getting into that arc position, or what we like to call is a Superman. So know those positions well. They translate into our bar work. Next, I'm going to show you what a kip looks like on the bar, and then we're going to show you how it looks in the band. All right, guys, now translating this up to the bar. Okay, as you notice, I'm pointing my toes, I'm keeping my quads and my glutes tight, and at any time I can control this movement and stop. Okay, so sometimes people will get up on the bar and they'll think they're kipping and really they're just wagging their hips, okay? So we don't want to see this part being broken. We want to kind of move through our sternum and our shoulder mostly. So I'm going to do it wrong and then I'm going to correct it. So if you see this happening, see I'm breaking at my hip, that's not the right kip. We want a straight line from the point under my sports bra down to my toes, okay? So I'm slightly pushing down the bar with my arms, with my hands, and I'm kind of breaking right at this point. That should be what your kip looks like. All right, guys, so now I'm going to show you what it looks like in the band because it's slightly different when we have a resistance band on. Our body gets kind of pushed into a different position. But before we start there, I want to make sure you know how to grip the bar. This is really important in CrossFit that you're gripping it correctly so you're developing good grip strength and we don't rip our hands. My knuckles should always face the ceiling. When I grab the bar, it should be kind of underneath my calluses or where your calluses would be. So I'm grabbing on top of the bar like so. I'm wrapping and then you see how there's some bend here to my wrist? So my knuckles are facing up and my thumb is around the bar. I like to place my thumb right on my middle finger like so. What I don't want to happen is my hand to do this number and slide down this way. So if my hand is cocked back, then when I'm doing my swinging motion, I'm moving through my wrist. What I don't want to happen is I don't want to start sliding on the bar and having this friction here. That's how hands eventually get ripped. So do your best to keep your knuckles on top of the bar, and you're gonna try your best to move through your wrist and not slide through your hand. All right, so in the band, the way this works, you're gonna put the band on, and it's going to somewhat make your torso angle back slightly. That's okay. Don't resist that. Just know it's gonna feel a little bit different when you don't have the band on. So what I always coach is let your body slightly tilt back, and your feet are gonna stay mostly in front of the uprises, on this side of the uprises, okay? So if we pull our feet too far back out here, it's gonna send our torso shifting forward, and we're gonna kind of start swinging out of control. So in a regular kip without a band, that can happen. You can hit more of a exaggerated Superman position, but with the band, if we try and go for that, it kind of sends us out of the shape that our body needs to stay in. So let me just demonstrate here. So I'm gonna put the band in, And again, I'm not doing a pull-up today. I'm just teaching the hollow Superman. So I'm in my hollow position here, and then my Superman is just gonna be me meeting the band. Meet and then come back. And if you notice, this isn't a big motion. When I come back to my hollow, I push down on the bar with straight arms, then I meet the band. My chest meets the band, come right back. But if you notice, my feet are staying in front of this uprise, and when I come back to my Superman or my arc position, it's more of a straight body position like here, okay? When I come back to hollow, push down on the bar, okay, just like so. So nice, good tick-tock rhythm. When I'm saying push down on the bar, what I'm saying is keep your arms straight, and if I want to act like I'm pushing something down this way, right? So don't try and pull yourself to the bar. We're pushing ourselves away from the bar. As we do that, we're going into our hollow position, and then we're coming back to Superman, okay? So if you want to think about it like I'm engaging, and then I'm kind of relaxing, and then engage and relax. And then you should be able to keep that rhythmic tick-tock going. That is the kip with the band.